And here's the honest truth. It's freaking good. This is a webcam. Holy, I've looked at a ton of cameras. I've tried using a ton of cameras to get that perfect image that I've just been chasing. And I have to say that this camera blows me away. You can see right now in the background, one of the cameras that I'm using, it's actually not here. It's directly behind me. But let me talk about it for a second. This is the YoloLive S7. And it is a micro 4/3 camera. So here's your disclosure, right? YoloCAM sent me this camera. They wanted me to do a review. In exchange, I get to keep this camera. But a couple things that they always agree to. They don't get to see the video before I post it. They don't get to tell me what to say. And I can be as truth and unbiased as possible. So even though they sent it for me to keep, doesn't mean I'm not going to hold back. I could have done a review within the first week, within the first 2 weeks since I got it, right? There was a bunch of other people who did reviews for this so far. But the difference between them and me, I like to use this to its full extent before I tell you honest opinion. This is going to get real technical for a second. So if you don't want to watch this text section, just skip ahead. Maybe a minute. Okay? You stick with me? All right, cool. This is a micro 4/3 sensor. So this is similar to using like a Canon or a Sony or a Nikon. You have almost essentially a much bigger sensor than what you find in your typical webcams. Bigger than those 1-inch, those 1.33 inch or 1.28 inch sensors they talk about. This is almost just slightly smaller than an APS-C and bigger than those. But the nice thing about this is you can use almost virtually any lens out there as long as it fits this whole mounting system. So this is kind of like a informational piece. So the thing about, there's one limitation with this camera that I think people need to know, especially if you're going to buy just the body, thinking I could just use another, a Panasonic or a Lumix style of micro 4/3 lens. So this right here is an example of a manual cinema lens, right? And you can see here that there's no metal contacts. This is a manual lens, so it does not have that connection for the sensors. Unfortunately, this camera cannot use a full manual lens like this. The application itself actually will bug out and say it can't detect a lens. So you do need an autofocus enabled lens. And to put it on, you line up your red dots and you click it. And now you have essentially what looks like a real camera, because it is a real camera, but it's a real camera in the sense for streaming. This camera, because of the bigger sensor, reduces that and allows more light to come in and look just a little bit cleaner than most. And the fact that you have the ability to control like a lens as if it was a mirrorless camera, you could really manipulate your light and the blur of your background with different lenses, and you just got a lot more control over it. Like, they can't keep professing about the technical aspect of it, because as somebody who makes videos like this for YouTube on a regular basis, right, or works for and does this at different events and things like that, being able to have the power of like what I use for YouTube for streams like Twitch, for working professional, live streams, things like that, like, I'm on conferences and stuff. This is downright impressive. And that's just imagery alone. One of the reasons why I always would go to like a mirrorless camera is because I get, one, high quality video. I can change lenses, so if I want to go to different like wide scenes, I want something more tight, right? I need something to zoom. Maybe I'm doing like a soccer or a sports event and I want to live stream, but I want a camera that I can like zoom far out. A lot of the regular cameras, they don't have that. With this, I could buy a lens that could essentially give me that coverage of that distance. I could mount this on, pop it in there, and I can hold it in on like a tripod, right? And film with it. You have a USB-C dedicated for power, a USB-C dedicated for video, as well as a full HDMI port. Insert the angels from heaven. A full HDMI port. I don't have to use the micro HDMI BS. Like, I could plug this in and go straight into like a cam link if I wanted to. Maybe you don't have enough USB-C ports that are strong enough that for that data flow. I could pop in a capture card and I could use this and get high quality 4K 30. Or in my case, I was doing 4K 60 in my capture card. Like, that's amazing. And plus, you see this little guy right here? This is the best part. Hold up. I can grab a shotgun mic like this, and I can mount it onto this camera. Maybe you do TikTok streams or like long portrait style streams. I can plug this in, and now I have the most ultimate, better than my phone, streaming camera vertical setup. Like, the one thing like I've heard people complain about is like there's no buttons on this at all to control. But I mean, like any other webcam, right? Like if I come in and use a webcam like this, or even like a common purchase webcam like this Elgato Brio, or not Elgato, that Logitech Brio right there, right? Like, there are no buttons on those cameras. All the controls are already done on your computer. You can download the software through YOLO Live. It's a free application, and you have all the controls. If you want a full video on that, I can make you a tutorial because there's way more features that encounter it, but I think that's for another video, more detailed video, if you really want to get into it. The difference between cameras like that and something like this, you're getting professional grade imagery, hands down. And as someone who's been chasing this dream from YouTube, how can I use my camera that I use for creating YouTube stuff to make it for a live stream when I want to go live and not having to worry about, it overheating and stuff like that? YOLO Live solved it. They built the camera that gets that quality, that has that form factor, that can use those lenses, that can't overheat. I'm sure if you really put it in the worst environment, but like doesn't overheat. It's meant for live streams. And that's exactly what this is. If you want, this is the Thanos. This is the end game of live streaming cameras. Because once you get something like this, you need upgrades, you can upgrade your lens, right? This body will last you way longer than probably your streaming career. Let's be real. This YOLO Live S7 is the primary camera for my streaming rig going forward. I'm at the Thanos. I'm at the end game of camera bodies. If I'm going to do an upgrade later, most likely I'll upgrade the lens. But so far, the YOLO Live lens that they supply is actually doing really well, and that deserves its own video. If you want to see more about this camera and how it compares to things like the ObSpot TL2, or even something like the YoloCAM S3 or any other webcam out there, leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, if you have any other questions, you can go ahead and do the same. But as always, I'm Joe. This has been Matsu Excel. And if you want to see more of my review videos, go ahead and click on these links right here. And otherwise, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.